My name is Tom Lelio.
My name is Carol Scott.
My name is David DeWitt.
My name's Taylor Galford.
My name is Mitch Rosenbaum.
My name is Evan Archambault.
My name is Reese Callens.
My name is Jared Johnson.
My name is Jersey.
My name is Chase Scott.
My name is Justice Lockley, and I do the guitar, the piano, the drums, vocals.
The woodwind and brass lessons.
And I'm a cheerleader.
I play electric guitar.
I still teach drums.
This will be really fun.
Hi, I'm Jenny Alday Townsend, the founder and CEO, orchestrator of Music Compound, which I started in 2016. My dad owned a window cleaning company, so I grew up on the sidewalks of Publix, washing windows, doing janitorial supplies, but it did lead to a lot of great experiences, and I met a young lady, her name was Mandy, early in my 20s. I was contracted to clean her windows. She was somehow related to a bigwig at Publix, and I just remember pulling up and seeing this beautiful house, 2-story balconies on a canal with a beautiful boat. What does she do? And that's when I asked her, and I said, what do you do? And she says, I own a cheerleading school. And I was like, wow, one day I'm gonna be you. Little did I know, fast forward to 2009 when I'm drumming up this business plan for a music school, that would be my child-based business. And I feel like I'm here today because of my parents. They always believed in us. They always gave us the courage to go and take the risk. And failure, that's great. At least you tried. So 2008, the real estate market had crashed.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped more than 900 points.
I was a realtor at that time, and I had to apply for jobs. No one would hire me. I only had an associate's degree, and at that time, you needed to have a 4-year degree to even apply for most jobs in the area. So that's when I enrolled at Sarasota Bradenton's USF campus and attained my bachelor's degree. In my final semester, we had to develop a business plan utilizing all of the courses that we were taking. Simultaneously, I was working at multiple restaurants, trying to pay my mortgage because I was in the process of short selling my house at the age of 25. What I didn't know was this obstacle would turn into an amazing opportunity for me and for so many that now get to call Music Compound their home. Finished college, traveled the country, did a bunch of different sales jobs, but while I was traveling, I was touring, exploring, and meeting lots of music school owners all across the country. I took all their ideas, all of their philosophies, and I put it into a blender, and out came Music Compound. I'm so proud of it to be sitting here celebrating with all of you today, 10 years later. There was a lot of people that kept saying, stop talking about it, it would discourage me, or they'd question me, like, but wait, you're not an educator, you're not a musician, like, what business do you have running a music school? A lot of the music school owners that I met across the country were actually musicians. And one thing that they said is if they had someone that had a business sense or had someone with different skill sets, their music school could be larger, it could have a different approach. I'm really grateful that I didn't listen to the naysayers and I kept going, and I'm here today. Denise Verheuel joined me. Interesting story, I met her for the first time at a coffee shop. Oh, that experience was fun. I remember her grilling me. It's like, okay, what's your plan? What's your music degree? What's your approach? What's your philosophy? What's the curriculum? And literally it was like 21 questions. And I remember thinking, what is the angle here? Shortly after that, Denise happily said, I'm in, let's go. I want to partner up with you. And Denise was the first teacher of Music Compound. And we started January 2016 offering piano, vocal, and guitar lessons.
One of the best parts about Music Compound is that when we talk about turning dreams into reality, of course everyone thinks of musical dreams. I want to be a rock star. But what's really unique about Music Compound is that it creates an environment where dreams can go beyond music.
Jenny came into one of the rehearsals. We're thinking of starting a jazz camp in the summer. Would anyone here be interested in doing it? So she asked me, do you have any experience with kids? I said, well, I taught for 35 years. I think I can handle it.
We originally found Music Compound because my younger sister, Amy, who lives up in Buffalo, New York, is a musician. She used to teach with, coincidentally, a staff member here at Music Compound named Dave DeWitt. Chase was here like, I don't know, maybe a year and a half. Over the summer, he decided he wanted to do a couple camps. And so he enrolled in jazz camp, had the very best time. We get there for the performance on Friday afternoon. And who's the instructor for jazz camp? Dave DeWitt.
It feels so great to be alongside my companions.
As a parent, it is the most amazing thing to see all of these students of all ages, of all backgrounds, all leaning on each other to create something truly magical. And the bond that they form while they are doing this is absolutely
wonderful. I don't even know how I'm with them because they are so much more high energy than myself.
It was just a really great way to meet other kids that were also involved with music.
It's almost hard to match sometimes their pure passion and love that they have, but we make it work.
I've played on a couple people's albums that they've put out before.
It's great to see some of the students from Music Compound grow up and maybe be performing somewhere.
First, it can be super nerve-wracking, but it's honestly so fun after a long time. You meet so many new people.
And it's just been so great to see what Jenny has done with the community, and it's done a lot for the music community in Sarasota.
2015 was a really great year. I quit my corporate job actually on my birthday, and my husband and I made a plan to where I could quit for an entire year, really work on the business plan, find the right teachers, find the right place. Started planning my first event, which was called Beer, Bands, and Barbecue, presented by Music Compound. That event allowed me to sign the lease on our 1,800 square feet facility. We had so many people sign up just in the first month. I mean, I had been talking about Music Compound since 2009. So by 2016, people were ready for us to open. Not only was Denise hired, we hired Mary, and then shortly after we hired Jared and a few others. By April, we were at max capacity. And so I had to find a space next door. And I remember meeting with my mentor November of 2017, and he said to me, Jenny, the ship is sinking. My personal life was going down the drain, the company was not successful, and he's like, you gotta take a 1-month hiatus. In December of 2017, I left my business in the hands of Katie Henning, who I think was at 16 or 17. I recently just hired Kaylee. I said, good luck, I'll see you in the new year.
When I first started, I was gonna be working in the music lounge just a few days a week. And then over time, it really, really grew. So Jenny had, some stuff going on personally. So she's like, I'm gonna take the end of December off. You guys run everything. And by you guys run everything, it was Katie, who I think was 17, and me, who was 19. This is my first real non-cashier job. There was another more adult person there as well, but really it was her and I that ran things during that time.
I've been with the Music Compound since the early days, and I've really watched Jenny's dream grow into a reality, and her dream has created other dreams for other people. It's amazing what kids have access to now. I really wish I had something like the Music Compound when I was growing up. When I was taking guitar lessons, I had a great teacher, but just this community is so special. And you can see the effect on the students that are here, the way that they grow and blossom, and their confidence is it's incredible.
So I'll say when I came back in 2018, I wasn't making money yet. I wasn't even paying myself yet. We expanded the band program and we started doing more events and live performances in the community.
One of my favorite Music Compound memories was the Sarasota's Got Talent competition, which I did back in the day. It was one of my first live performances ever, and it kind of kick-started my music career in a way. It was a lot of fun.
I came to Music Compound after seeing the progress that my sons were making and watching my garage fill up with musical instruments and sound equipment. The energy that music produces when you're producing it and when you're performing it is amazing. It's something I didn't know before Music Compound, really, or I did, but I didn't get the opportunity to do that.
I've been with Music Compound since 2017, I believe it is. It's a part of my life. I've felt like a part of this community the whole time I've been here.
Music Compound means so much to me because when I moved here from Nashville, I knew 0 people besides my family that I moved down here with. So once I got this job and I started getting connected with some of the families, and I just approached it from the level of, if I was a parent, I would want to know my child's music teachers.
Then fast forward to 2019, I just started out a few days a week downtown at our Bazaar location. Started there just kind of marketing and talking to customers. I was teaching a kids rock class down there. Then we closed that studio and I moved over to Cattleman full time.
And that's when Alyssa really took on that position at the other studio and really started growing and elevating herself as a professional and a team leader. So by the end of 2019, we were rocking and rolling, and Tom, Kaylee, and I, we had a great plan for 2020. And then bam, 2020 came around and this thing called COVID happened. I remember looking at Tom and Kaylee and be like, what are we going to do? And Tom, being the technical guy he is, he's like, we're gonna do online lessons. And by the end of the week, Tom had all of our Zoom accounts created. We had a whole business operation on how we were gonna operate and do music lessons online. Miss Alicia and Mr. Aaron were doing music videos. We were going on YouTube. I mean, we all busted out of our comfort zone and literally just went online with everything possibly we could do. And we did enjoy some margaritas to go from Chili's when we were there. And we turned our music compound into the sewing compound. So Alicia, myself, Alyssa, Mariana actually back then, my friend Jan and I were all making masks and trying to, just keep earning a living and keep the lights on. But then mid-summer, we welcomed people back for summer camp. And then by August, we were rocking and rolling again, ready to celebrate our 5th year anniversary in January of 2021 at Robarts Arena, which was phenomenal.
It was just amazing to see some of the transformation that had happened, the level of improvement when they had that hyper-focused time on these Zoom lessons.
We added different programming, different summer camps. I mean, we were just growth. Let's go, let's go. We were so pumped, so excited, and so determined. And I would say 2021, 22, and 2023 were phenomenal years at Music Compound, just all around. I mean, the community, the members.
The picture I'm holding, that was from one of my first kids' rock lessons, I think.
I definitely think that just trying to make the member concerts a little more entertaining and a little more engaging for how we could push the kids, with some challenges and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the monthly member concerts, that's, I don't even know how to state it because they're so fun. Oh, I did this 90s trio, so it was Ice Ice Baby, This Is How We Do It, No Diggity, all in kind of like one thing.
And then obviously the ensemble program, that's my baby, me and Ian, both of us.
The first ensemble program that I was a part of was Rumors, which is where I met Harper. I got to know Chase. Yeah, we're still doing album ensembles together too, so it's nice to have everyone still together after like a year or two of being in the album ensemble.
The biggest memory would be when we achieved Dark Side, because I remember just throwing my hands up. My mom is such a big Pink Floyd fan, so that album means a lot to me, and specifically that song Eclipse means so much to me. So when we were hitting the final stretches, pulling into the station right there, and me and Ian knew we were gonna do it, it was such a rocky moment where we were just communicating telepathically, you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. And when we hit the final downbeat and threw the hands in the air, so it was just an eruption of applause. And that moment just felt so good. That's what live music can do. And that's what we're trying to show the kids. It's like, man, that moment is just so much bigger than this being a program. It's something that we're all connected to intimately, emotionally, and just.
I was asked to do a big harmonica solo for Trip to Your Wire. They didn't have me rehearse with the band. The kids were incredibly tight and fantastic, and there was palpable charge of energy that happened as soon as I started hitting those harmonica parts, because they hadn't heard any harmonica parts in that song, which is a big piece of it. It's a very dramatic piece, and it was right in my wheelhouse, and I was really, really happy with it. Again, the kids' energy in that concert was mind-blowing.
Since we're talking about dreams and what I did here at Music Compound, playing the drums was always something I wanted to do as a small child, and I never got to do it because it was too noisy. I did play air drums for a long time, So when I retired, I came here to take lessons, and that was a big dream of mine, is to learn to play drums and play in a band.
And always trying to get our bands to a level to where we can compete with pro bands is the ultimate goal. So anything in that aspect that I just love doing and I love helping out with.
Can anybody find me somebody to love?
Dreams that I've seen come true, I mean, I've seen lots of students writing original music.
It's really fun. I mean, like, getting to, like, think of good beats for the music and then think of lyrics for the music and thinking of the themes. It's like the themes are like all the things that I like, for example, baseball.
They walk through the door saying, I really want to learn how to write a song. And 8 weeks later, they walked out the door with their written song and so proud of themselves. And I was very proud to see that happen.
I mean, considering that I'm going to college for music, it's always going to be for me composition, production, and releasing my own music as an independent singer-songwriter.
We needed to find our community, and Music Compound has brought us that kind of community, but also allowed me to find my job at Hamlet's.
A dream that I feel like that I've had for a long time is to kind of teach and give people the feeling that I get with music.
Making all of my own songs, doing all of my own production and mixing with all of the knowledge that I've gained.
The name of our band is The Spokes. There's 5 of us in the band, and we're all really close. You know, we're all best friends. We ended up forming 2 bands together into one. We had 2 different completely types of music that we were playing, so we each kept a good bit of our songs. A band and end up being best friends by forming connections through music.
Another dream come true would be to see collaborations that happen with students and instructors. That didn't really exist when I started playing piano and learning piano. And to me, that's a dream come true for music education.
The ensemble in general, posting the videos online, seeing my face on the internet out for the world to see all the hard work that I've put in, all the hard work that the entire group has put in, that is a dream. I want to be out in the world, and I am. And it's thanks to you guys.
Music is my whole life. I've been singing since I was 3, so music has a way of getting in everyone's life, and it's basically something that runs my whole life.
A large dream that I've had is being able to share the music I like with others. Even if that music isn't necessarily super popular, play it and spread it to others has always been an incredible dream of mine.
Coming into work every day, being happy and excited about making music dreams come true just kind of helps us grow overall. You can definitely tell that it's something that makes me happy, and I just kind of spread the good vibes and good joy around.
The proof's in the pudding. Music Compound has been here for 10 years.
The next 10, this is huge.
So every year we pick a company word. And so we've had words such as quality, believe. This past year the word was grow. And our 2026 word is resonate. And it's going to be all about what resonates with us individually, what resonates with our students, what resonates with the company.
Our concerts have went up tenfold. I think our band program has went up tenfold.
I'm super excited to elevate the Dream Team with a focus on what is their dreams, what do they want to accomplish, and how can we make that possible?
One of the teachers here has become a good friend of mine, Jared Johnson. He's an amazing drummer. Anybody who's heard him knows that he's one of the best in town.
They're all like my brothers and sisters. Larry's probably like my dad. He's very, very wise. Taylor is like my older brother who's there to watch out for me. Ian is like my favorite British dude. I just love hanging out with everybody. They're all like family, and I just like hanging out with them in general. Seeing them every day is fun.
And then I was just surprised that just meeting family after family after family that made me feel so good, and they were always so complimentary. And then, you know, remembering my birthday, remembering, you know, to give me a Christmas gift and all this stuff just year after year, and just the level of love that they pour into telling me that constantly, it just means so much. And that's just been that same way for 4 years. And the staff too, Jenny's always made me feel like she's gonna take care of me. Everybody on staff, playing with everybody gets you in the feels too. And
I can name countless people, countless staff members I have really good relationships with. And it honestly just gives me something to look forward to every week after school.
I love them all, each and every one of them, so much. Every team member, every current team member, every past team member, every current student member.
Love working with anybody who comes through these doors because we've got a similar shared vision.
Ian Harris was a good friend before he worked here. Christina wrote his letter of recommendation. That's all, yeah, that's for real. He and his wife Kelly would come over to the house for movie viewing, you know, just obscure and fun artsy films.
Jenny, she is a mentor, a friend, a sister, my boss, my biggest cheerleader, my coach, a band member of mine at one point or another. To me, she's just all the things, and I love her. Love you, Jenny.
And that's why you see Music Compound continuing to grow, because she's so good at getting a team around her.
She is just so fantastic at bringing people of the community together and connecting them. She believes in connection, and that has really driven the success of Music Compound.
Jenny was kind of like a big sister, an advisor, a coach to me, all these different things throughout the years, from seeing my dreams come true to like when we came back after the trail, having a place for me to work with her in and outside of Music Compound. So really grateful for that friendship.
Jenny's all right too.
When I think about the team members of Music Compound, so many of them have changed my life. So many have been with me through the thick and thin. A lot of team members have joined us not knowing what they were getting themselves into and who they were going to be working with. I would not be here today, Music Compound would not be here today if it wasn't for each and every single person, all the way from the people working in the music lounge, to giving lessons, to doing the sound, to doing the stage, to schlepping, to getting U-Hauls, to my husband who's always getting dragged to do this and that. My entire family. My family may not be on the payroll, but they have been here to help and support and show up for me constantly, and I'm so grateful for each and every single one of them. And you.